Hey guys, welcome to Munich and welcome to BMW Blog. Today there is a very special day for us because we will be driving the BMW iX. We are one of the first few journalists today to get behind the cars. There will be more later in the week and next week. But to start off with the car, we invited a BMW product expert to tell us more about the iX and what makes it special. So with that being said, I would like to welcome Carina. She's a BMW Product Manager for the BMW iX. Carina, welcome and thank you for having us.
Hey, hi.
This has been your baby for the last 6 years. So
Exactly.
You're probably the right person to describe the car, tell us more about it. So how about we just jump right in and tell me what makes this iX a very, very special car?
Yes, let's do it. So this is the iX here in a very nice and wonderful color, Sophisto gray, and with a sports package.
Okay.
The focus here in the front part is the kidney. The kidney is the design icon of BMW, so of course we have given it a new and fresh look. It's fully closed because this is a fully electric vehicle, so you don't need the air inflow anymore. And we made use of the kidney in a very different way.
Okay.
It is now our intelligence panel.
So what does it mean really?
So you have a lot of technology behind the kidney.
Okay.
It's invisible.
Sure.
We call that principle shy tech.
Okay.
So for example, here you have the front radar sitting. Obviously you don't see anything,
Sure.
but there it is. And here's the front camera, very nicely integrated. And there is one very special thing about the kidney.
Okay.
It is self-healing.
All right, so what does it mean then?
So, for example, this surface here can be damaged a
Okay.
little bit with little stones or something
Sure.
when you drive around, and then you have these little spots.
Okay.
And if you place, like now, the car into the sun, these little spots will close again, and then you have this nice surface again.
That is really cool.
Yeah, that's a cool
And I
feature.
think there is one more cool features in the front, and that's something to do with the rondelle.
Yes.
Want to show us that?
Of course. Actually, how do you put the water in
washing
the car,
fluid,
the
yeah.
washing fluid in? Since this part is not openable anymore,
Okay.
We decided with a very easy step.
That's very cool.
You simply push it, and then the logo opens, and here you can put in the water.
That goes hand in hand with the philosophy, at BMW, function over form, right?
Of course, of course.
Perfect. Very interesting. Can you tell us more about the headlights? Those are laser lights. Is that an option on the BMW iX or is it standard?
This is the latest technology of laser lights,
Okay.
and these are the slimmest headlights that are currently built in a BMW. This is an option.
Sure.
It's a very, very nice option. Of course, it helps you to have a better view during night. And here we have this design, this blue line that underlines that this is laser light.
So you mentioned earlier the sport package on the car. So what does it bring to the car if you have the sport package on it?
You have a different geometry here in the front, so
Okay.
you have these big air inflows.
Okay.
And take a look at the side. You have these wonderful, here you also have 22-inch wheels.
Okay, and those are aerodynamic manufactured wheels.
Yes, they have one special technology which is quite new. We have a so-called carrier wheel, and
Okay.
then we have these inlays, and that has the wonderful effect that the wheel is very closed, but it looks very attractive, and it's very beneficial in terms of efficiency and range. So it increases your range by around 10 kilometers.
Understood. Interesting. And you can also spec the car with different line packages or packages, and I noticed some bronze. So can you tell me more about that as well?
Yes, we have now a new exterior line which is called Titan Bronze, and here you see this line, this lower window line is now in Titan Bronze. Same for the door sills.
And those are flushed, and that's kind of new for BMW. I think the i4 is the only one that has it right now on the new 4 Series, I believe.
Yes,
The
and
flush
of course,
handles.
yes, and of course the iX.
Sure.
It goes hand in hand with the philosophy that we wanted to create a monolithic design, which means big, clear surfaces. That is why the door handles are fully integrated into the side.
Understood. And frameless doors?
Of course.
All right, let's take a look at that.
It's a first in a BMW SAV that you have these frameless doors.
So it just gives the car a slicker look, basically.
And a very modern look.
Correct. All right. Want to show me the rear seating maybe a little bit so we can see how much space there is in there. This one, it's a dedicated platform, right? So it's purposely built as an EV. So clearly there is a lot more room for packaging and all of that. So I'm assuming it's quite spacious.
It's very spacious,
Okay,
and
so
you're
let's take a
absolutely
look.
right. It's purpose built for electromobility. Do you know that in terms of size, the iX is quite comparable to an X5 when it
Okay.
comes to length and
length.
width of the car? However, if you take a look in the interior, it's a lot more spacious. Especially in the back part, you have a lot more leg space, and that's so comfortable.
Understood. And it can sit 3 people in the back. There are 3 seat belts also.
Yes, easily 3 people, even 3 child seats.
Okay, understood.
It is an SAV, so we took
Family oriented.
Yeah, it's very family oriented. We had to make sure that 3 child seats also fit in.
Understood. And I noticed the carbon core there.
Yes.
Can we talk about that a little bit?
We are using an intelligent material mix with a focus on lightweight for this car as well. So it's a combination of steel, aluminum, and again carbon fiber in a very refined way. That is visible here at the side of the car.
All right, perfect. So maybe we should move to the back now. Take a look at that. Let me close the doors. So when you move to the back, you clearly identify this as a BMW crossover SUV. There is no mistake about that. But what makes the iX special?
What makes it very special is that we have put a clear focus on the lower back part of the car. And again, we are working with modern design details, like for example, the very slim headlights. The sports package comes with smoked or tinted glass, a very nice feature. And again, it is made out of one single part. So you will see that the rear glass is not...
So there is no break, it's
Yes.
just one single piece
Yes, one
that
single.
runs across from the back all the way into the shoulders. Understood. You also have a few aerodynamic elements on the bottom in the diffuser.
That's part of the sport package, this sort of geometry.
Very interesting. Should we take a look at the cargo space maybe?
Of
I
course.
think we have some things in there, so not a lot of bags right now, but it gives you an idea of the length and the depth of the trunk. Do you know by any chance what's the capacity, storage capacity?
It's 500 liters.
Okay.
So it's comparable to an X3. I will
Gotcha.
be honest here with you. So it's a bit smaller than an X5, which fits around 650
Understood.
liters. Because we put a lot of emphasis on the interior, and I told you earlier that you have more space in the interior than an X5. So the sake is that you have a little less here.
Understood. And are the seats foldable, the rear seats?
Yes, you can fold it 20, 40, 20, for example, like this,
okay,
or
so there's
even
a lot of space then.
completely. And with that, you have a lot of space, yes. Also, you have here a little space, I just moved that a little bit,
Sure.
a little space where you can put your charging cables
Okay.
so that you don't
More
have
like a
to...
hidden compartment there.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Perfect. All right. So that was the rear, and we closed that one. And should we maybe jump inside now?
Yes.
Take a look at the car. So I'll join you on the other side, and we'll take a look at that. So stay tuned. All right. So now we're getting into the BMW iX, and before I let Carina speak about some of the features, just a quick overview. So you kind of see the interior space here. You see the new design. And of course, we're going to talk about the largest LCD screen in a BMW ever. All right, so we're inside now. So tell me again, what makes this iX so special? So I can start with a few observations on my own. I can basically see, just like the i3, you have a lot of front space because there is no front engine.
Yes.
And that way you can play around with the interior packaging. But tell me more about the car.
The main aim is less is more,
Okay.
and we created a very comfort, loungy and luxurious feel, like being in a boutique hotel.
Okay.
You will notice that we have modern materials, like for example this is microfiber,
Okay, it's
and
microfiber.
here on the seat you have some sort
a
of
textile
cloth. Yeah,
cloth,
a textile, some specific cloth. Also, the seats come in a new and elegant design. They are very slim, and this is a headrest. And here we have, for example, a little hole to increase the feeling of being in a loft space, for example.
Are there any speakers that are integrated in the headrest?
They are. So we have here now our new Bowers and Wilkins
Maybe let's start with that
system.
one. How about that? So let me point it out. So
Yes.
that's the new.
This is an absolute, an absolute highlight feature. We have
Sure.
here more than 40 speakers, one in the front. Some are visible, some are not so visible, because we have this idea of shy tech, that technology is in the back and can be experienced, but it's not always visible. To envision it, we have a little video here in the car.
Okay.
You have shakers here in the seat that will increase the bass feeling.
Okay.
And then you have some speakers here in the headrest as well.
Understood. Very interesting.
So I started now.
Okay. I was going to go for the full song, but I think we heard that, and it sounds really, really good. All right. Maybe we start with the screen then, or we go next with the screen. So there are actually two screens. They're connected, and this makes the larger display in a BMW today, along with the i4.
Yes.
So iDrive 8.
Yes, this is our new operating system 8. It's more intuitive, and it comes in a very new design. What you can see here, for example, is that we have now the navigation here in the front, which is a little bit bigger. You can swipe. It's a bit like being assisting a smartphone. So you can swipe here. Of course, we still have the iDrive, because sometimes it's quite handy to maneuver with the iDrive. That is why we definitely have it, and of course we have a speech system as well, so you can talk to the system in an intuitive way, and it will react. For example, you can tell to switch on or off the climatization, things like that.
Understood. And I know there are a lot of features in the iDrive 8. I've seen it before, I've seen some demos, but if you were to just pick maybe two or three of them, which will be your favorites?
Well, in fact, one of my favorite things is that it has predictive routes. So if I go, if I start the navigation to some sort of place which is far away than my range, it will calculate the charging spots for me, and it indicates where to charge and along the route, and that's really, really handy. I tested it during my holiday drive.
Okay.
That was
so
cool.
Question for you. So if I'm heading down towards that charging station and it becomes unavailable, maybe somebody else is charging, will the system know and redirect you?
It knows, yeah. And then during your drive, it will then change and give you another option where to drive.
Understood. All right, tell me one other cool feature.
The next cool feature, I'm going to start your car, is actually our range indicator.
Okay.
Can you please push
Sure, can do that.
pedal? Then we start it, because that's a first for BMW as well. There it goes. And what you see here is that you can see how much range you have, And then you see the upper and the lower bookend. Sorry for that, we need to go out of it. So you have an upper bookend indicating you that if you drive very efficiently, you can go up to 550 kilometers. If you drive rather inefficient, then you only have 255 kilometers of range.
Understood.
And this is a very intelligent algorithm, and so it predicts how far you can go. And I like this feature a lot.
Understood.
It's very helpful.
All right. So tell me also about the crystal package or the glass package or the Swarovski crystals, whatever they're called. Is that an option in the iX or is it standard?
Yeah, so the general idea behind is that we got rid of so many buttons. You might have noticed that here it's very reduced in terms of buttons.
Yeah.
Minimalistic design, 50% less buttons.
Okay.
And the remaining buttons are actually now situated in very ergonomic locations. For example,
like the doors?
Yeah, the doors. Here you will find now the seat adjustment buttons. And then the next is that we wanted to highlight the remaining buttons. Therefore, we are working here with a very nice glass feature so that we have this jewelry optic. It's kind of like a jewelry piece that you find inside.
It looks that way. So another thing that I've noticed in the BMW iX, it's the Sky Lounge. Tell me more about that one.
It's the biggest glass roof currently at BMW. And look, it's kind of like magic. It's tinted now and it gets untinted with just one single touch because of electrochromatic shading.
Gotcha. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate the tour and I will see you very soon. Thank you.